We're here with my otter Emily.
Hi.
And we are working on our handicraft badges today by making a model. I sent you all some wool fiber that we will be making models of the Earth's core with today. So to start with, you want to make sure you have a bowl of some warm soapy water. This just has some dish soap in it. Any kind of soap will work. And you want to get all of your fibers out and ready. What are you doing, child? So to start with, you want to get your red, and that's going to be our inner cores. And you want to wad it up into a little ball, a little tight ball, and you're going to just get it nice and wet. We're just going to start squeezing it, and rolling it, and squeezing it, and rolling it. And you just kind of pretend it's like a ball of Play-Doh. And as you squeeze and roll it, it'll start to get smaller and tighter as those fibers kind of catch on each other. And it'll take a little while. You're going to want to do this until they're a nice, tight little ball. And you'll start to feel it after a little while. It does take a little bit. So feel free to pause the video and wait until the next step, because we're going to be doing this for a while. Alright, so we've been rolling our red for a little while, and now they're a little tight, lumpy marble. So now we're going to want to get our orange, and this is for our outer core. And you're just going to want to start rolling that around your red. Yep, get a little whisk, roll it around. And I like to kind of use little pieces and roll them in all different directions. You just kind of wrap it around nice and snug. Emily, like this. You get your pieces and you wrap it around. So you get a nice little, like a blanket all wrapped around that little hard core. We're not rolling it yet. Here. Yeah. So you want to wrap it around. Wrap it, wrap it, wrap it, just like that. And then when you get it nice and wrapped, then you're going to get it soapy and wet again, and you're just going to start doing the exact same thing. Squeeze it, roll it, just keep squeezing and rolling. And it feels kind of weird at first because it's really loose around the outside of that little core, but it will start felting around the little inside bit too. So that's actually what we're doing. This is called wet felting. And that's where all the little wool fibers start to felt around each other. And it forms a solid kind of material. Alright, get that out. Yep, squeeze it. Keep squeezing and rolling. And we're just going to keep doing this with all of our different layers. So right now we have the inner mantle, or the inner core, and that was the red, and the outer core is going to be the orange. And then the mantle of the Earth is going to be the yellow, and then the brown for the crust. And I also threw in some blue and green so you can get continents and oceans and really make it look like a little Earth. If you're finding that you're having trouble keeping it all in like a ball, one of the things I find, you just work on squeezing it rather than rolling it, and it can help keep pieces from trying to fall off a bit. Also, I kind of hold it in the water and just keep squishing it, and that helps kind of get it to hold in a ball. And so you'll feel this start to get nice and tight too. And then when it's nice and tight and it's not all fluffy, you get your next color. So again, we're using the yellow for the mantle. And just get little bits and wrap them around, going all different directions. It really gets sticky when your hands are wet. Alright, Em, get your yellow, wrap it around. And it helps if you start out wrapping it nice and snug, because then there's less work that you have to do to get it to be snug later on. There we go. You getting it? You want some help? Here, we'll spread it out. Wrap it around. Yeah, get that other yellow. Open it up. Don't pull it. Stop. Just take a piece off. There we go. Fluff it up and roll it up. There we go. And the other piece, we'll fluff it up and roll it up. wet, and we just keep scrunching. Just squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze. Sometimes when you try rolling it too early, it just kind of wants to roll off the middle part. So the squeezing definitely is a way that helps. And it'll take a while. It'll kind of not be something, and then all of a sudden it'll really felt up into a little firm ball. Get it wet again. There we go. All right, so now that we have our mantles nice and snug, we can get our Earth's crust on. So just get some brown. Remember to kind of spread it out and wrap it around, and you want the wool going all different directions. Wrapping all different ways. And feel free, you don't have to use all of the wool I sent. You can use less if you wanted to. If you feel you have enough on there, you don't have to keep adding anymore. Just whenever it looks good to you. You got a naked spot. Nice and snug, nice and tight. Oh, don't stick it on there. There you go. There. Right, dunk it. Start squeezing. Ah. It's trying to escape. There we go. You might have to be gentle with them a little at first because the bits want to come off. Yep. That's one of the other things. If you don't use all of your wool, you can always grab a little extra and use it to fill in any holes. But in the end, it doesn't really matter because they're going to look super cool no matter how they come out. Because there's going to be an extra special little thing at the end where you'll really kind of see what happens. Keep going. Wait, you need help? Let's see. Spread that out a little. Put that over here. Don't just stick it on. There we go. Here. Gentle. Squeeze and pat. Squeeze it, pat it, roll it like some Play-Doh. Not our final layer. Get it wet again. Alright, so our crust is nice and tightly felted now. Now we get to do the fun decorative bits where you get bits of green and blue and you can swirl them all over and get your continents and your oceans and really make it look like a cool little planet Earth. This part I like to use really tiny bits because then you can make it really swirly and have them go in all different directions. It's sticking to my fingers. Where's your planet? What? Yeah. ocean. That's fine. If you want your Earth to be all ocean, you can have it be all ocean. No? Okay. Let's spread it out a little. Uh-oh, now it's all wet. Doesn't have to look perfect because it'll look really neat however you get it going. Just like that. Pangea, one big continent. Just keep squeezing it. Squeeze it, roll it, pat it. Just need it to felt nice and tight. Keep squeezing it. And the really neat part is going to be when we're all done. Do you know what we do at the last step? What do we do for the last step?
You have to cut it open and then you can see all the beautiful things inside Earth.
Yeah, you get to cut it open and you can see all the different layers.
Mm-hmm.
So now that our balls are all nice and really tightly felted, we've got our little Earths. You want to show up your little Earth, Em? Yep, here we go. A lot of ocean on that Earth. So we can set aside our water, and you want a grown-up to help you with this part. But we're gonna have a really sharp knife. Gonna carefully cut down through the middle. And you can see all your little layers inside. See everything from our inner core and our outer core and our mantle and our crust and our green forests and oceans and everything. Want to cut yours open too, kiddo? All right, let's see what we find. Are you excited? There you go.
Yeah.
So there are our little models of the planet Earth. Pretty neat, huh?
Hey.
You see all the pieces?
My foot is really thin.
Yeah. Well, the crust is really thin.
Okay, how about we can eat you now? Alright, I want to eat you.